I spent the last few days at Riot Fest in Chicago and found that even at my age, I can still do a 3-day fest like the best of them. Let's not talk about how swollen my feet are. But because of the fest, I didn't get to see as many horror films as I wanted to this weekend. I did see Rebekah McKendry's Elevator Game, though, so let's see if it qualifies as a tired retread or elevated horror. See what I did there? Huh? Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Elevator Game is new streaming on Shudder. It's directed by Rebekah McKendry and written by David Ian McKendry and Travis Seppala. A group of YouTube ghost hunters are looking for a new paranormal experience to investigate. Recently, an urban legend has surfaced which is rumored to have taken the life of a young girl involving an elevator, a specific order of floors visited, and a murderous force named the Fifth Floor Woman who harkens from a realm called the Red World. The girl's brother, Ryan, played by Gino Arania, persuades the group to investigate the case in order to find some answers about his sister. Former Fangoria editor and also the director of Shudder films Glorious from last year, Rebekah McKendry reteams with her partner, writer David Ian McKendry and Travis Seppala to bring yet another curse movie that is so popular these days with the kiddies. Filled to the brim with a barely legal cast, Elevator Game does a better job than most teen-oriented crap that makes its way to the theaters, but still manages to hit all of the cliches and tropes. Much like Talk to Me, or The Boogeyman, or Smile, or It Follows, or The Bye-Bye Man, so on and so forth and so on, Elevator Game centers on a ritual that involves a game for young thrill seekers to test their courage, and post about it online, of course. But while this is a straight-up the middle version of this cursed ritual subgenre, at least it's very capably made, and some of the jump scares actually worked on me. Unfortunately, that's about all of the compliments I'm going to lob at Elevator Game. First and foremost, the ritual itself is quite an arduous chore to get through. At the beginning of the movie, a bit of meta-commentary is made when the game is suggested to the YouTubers, mainly that it's not very exciting seeing someone get into an elevator and ride up and down on the floors. Basically, a sequence of buttons are pushed, and when the sequence ends, the Fifth Floor Woman is supposed to pop up. But instead of trying to go for a build of tension, it simply shows people pushing buttons and the elevator door opening and closing over and over about 5 times before the monster appears. I understand this game was based on the real-life case of Elisa Lam, where she mysteriously pressed a sequence of buttons on an elevator in the Cecil Hotel and then was found dead in the hotel's water silo days later. But the Lam case is never even mentioned in the movie. While there are some embellishments already with the Fifth Floor Woman and her Red World, why not make it so that each floor in the sequence is a specific terror the kids must overcome, leading to a ratcheting tension feel and ending with that suspenseful last level? Nope, it's just pressing buttons and doors opening and closing. It's just not as thrilling. While the acting is fine, it's filled with quips and Whedon-speak that was pretty tired almost 10 years ago, maybe even 20. No one talks like a real character, like they're actually experiencing this. Sarcastic remarks break any tension that might be earned. The characters are pretty interchangeable, with the lead, Gino Arania, being the blandest of the bunch, unfortunately. I didn't necessarily hate these kids, but I sure as hell didn't care about them. The Fifth Floor Woman herself is decent. It's played by Samantha Hollis, who is doing a contortionist thing, and yes, it is downright creepy, but it's nothing that hasn't been seen before with better physical actors like Doug Jones or Javier Botet. Her makeup is creepy, but there's next to nothing explaining why she looks that way, and what she's all about. I guess that's something left for sequels to delve into, but I seriously doubt another one of these is going to be made.
In my review for Talk to Me, I got into my theories about the rise in curse films in recent horror cinema. Given that cancel culture has been an all-encompassing theme in entertainment media these days, the fact that someone does something like a ritual or some kind of past sin and is cursed with that decision to the point of losing their lives seems to be the plot of many a modern horror movie. In Elevator Game, the entire film hinges on a Me Too moment where one of the influencers takes advantage of a fan, leading to his ultimate demise. While it's not the deepest of themes, this is the closest thing to something resonant occurring in Elevator Game. As judgmental as the slashers were in the 80s towards liberal thinkers, it seems modern curse films are equally critical towards those who don't follow a specific virtuous path. This was just something that passed through my mind while being bored with Elevator Game. One would think someone as well-versed in horror as Fango editor and horror podcaster McKendry is, she would have tried to steer away from some of the cliched stuff that come up during this movie. I do like that there seems to be some connecting theme to McKendry's work, with both Elevator Game and Glorious dealing with horror in enclosed spaces. It also could be argued that the other dimensional strangeness in Glorious might have some kind of connectivity to the red world we see in Elevator Game. If McKendry is going for some kind of connected universe, I applaud and encourage that type of ambitious move. Still, I can't recommend Elevator Game. Check out Glorious instead. Elevator Game, as it is, really fails to say something new, and what it does retread, it doesn't do that so well either. Hopefully, this is a sophomore slump for McKendry, and her next one is a hit out of the park.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're doomed. Live the life that you are meant to be. Live inside